sad thing about this is that I was told ahead of time, like, hey, if you're going out tonight, don't go to downtown Davenport. And I was like, why? And which I wasn't going to, but this is on Saturday. And they said, like, well, they're going to have protests and they're going to riot on the streets of downtown Davenport. And supposedly at the time when I was told, they're going to go right down River Drive and go to Bettendorf City Hall. The worst part about it is that came true. So it was known.
Yeah.
It got leaked or whatever else. Last night, I did not know anything about what was going on last night until I got a phone call, a message. They're like, hey, check it out. And then I started listening to Scanner. And then from there, roughly around 10:30 when they moved from Walmart and broke a window at Dick's. Because I had gone to Hy-Vee earlier and they said they were closing down at 8 because the stories that was coming out, the rumors were that they were going to Walmart.
Yeah, we heard. I probably heard the rumors around 7:00 last night.
Yeah, I heard it. And so then, when they were moving down when I moved down, that's when I called you, T. Roy, and we said let's close down Pints. Bomber, I called you as well. Mm-hmm. I went to Pints to help close it up, make sure they're out of there, get people out, and there was like following the Scanner, following everything else. It was relatively like calm, like. Wait, maybe they're just at the mall now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But still a matter of we don't know where anything is. And this is my account. I already told you guys, but now I'm telling you, the listeners out there, that we're out there and just kind of like looking at the patio furniture. And I'm just sitting there looking at it. And there was a customer there. And wondering if... It's what?
It's not live.
Yeah, it is. I'll figure it out. We'll go to break here in 4 minutes, though. So... looking at everything and then the shots fired at Necker's Jewelers.
Were there people in the bar with you when the shots were fired?
There were 4 people there, a bartender and then myself, so 6 total.
Wow.
And I was outside, and I mean, that's an automatic like duck, but then it's like, wait a minute, were there firecrackers or whatever else? Like, it was loud enough, but then the crazy thing is when you see like 3 cars go by you, and it's not like they're racing by you at any point, and you're like, is this like a movie? If there's gonna be shots fired, does it come out like a movie? The police were there within 2 minutes.
Wow.
The police had a car, the 4th car that drove by, and I'm talking about that street that separates us and Granite City, Pints of Granite City, and
it's a narrow
the
street
Hampton Inn. The cops had 3 cops had a car pulled over. It was a white, like I would say, minivan type of thing, and honestly, in, out, you're not the guy, you're not the person we're looking for. Get out now, in no time. I mean, 90 seconds. It was like, you. This is not. You need to leave, and they did their job, hands down. They were great. So, that's a matter of everyone get out now and lock it down. And luckily, like we had already had chairs up and all that stuff. But scary. I don't know the person.
30 rounds. I mean, there 30 shots fired at Necker's.
That is insane.
And I don't know.
Less than 100 yards from Pints.
And I don't know.
That's crazy. And Jay was outside.
I don't know who.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't know who the gentleman that got injured there, how his injuries came about.
Well, from what I understand, they even haven't, like, all the mugshots haven't been placed on Scott County website yet. It's supposed to happen later this afternoon.
Psychic crashed.
Well, I want to see. The curious thing for me is here: where are the rioters from? Mm-hmm. If they're not from the Quad Cities, or not Quad Cityans, what's going on?
They're being bussed in.
Yeah, or bussed in, drove in.
You can have access to these organized sites and these organized groups, and they're being infiltrated by people, and they're sharing this on social media, and you can see it.
That's finally, but what I'm getting at is we need to get to the bottom of it. If people are out there funding, if this is a greater...
Absolutely.
This is a higher power out there funding this.
Right, and I believe it is.
Okay,
yeah.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
And then... I don't care who it is.
It's Soros. I mean,
if it is,
down.
then people need to start.
That's why this is happening.
Go to jail. I mean, granted, listen, what happened in Minneapolis with the gentleman that was killed by the police officer should have never happened. It was insanely gross. All right.
Of course, yeah.
The rioting that's happened afterwards and the destruction of private property and things like that. Is equally gross.
Absolutely. It's orchestrated. It's all orchestrated, though. It's a well-oiled machine, and this is all part of the plan. This is what is supposed to happen. and people they're falling right into their hands. They're behaving exactly how they want them to behave, so that they can enact martial law, and then they get more control. Look at the curfews. We're getting back on lockdown. I mean, people not see the coincidences and all of the.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, we're gonna have to just agree to differ here, because you have to have the innocent citizens off the streets right now at night.
I'm all for it. I'm just saying that this is part of it. They want the chaos.
I don't believe
that
the government officials in this city are for that chaos.
No.
I'm not buying that.
But they knew that this would be the response to that chaos.
Who's they? When you say they, who